Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome. I'm so thankful that you decided to click on this video today and spend a little bit of time with me. I really hope that you had a great week. I'm not sure when I'm going to be posting this, so I hope you had a great week or a great weekend. Whenever I post this, I just hope you're great. Also, I usually use a microphone, and I started to film this video and my microphone went dead because I wasn't responsible and I didn't charge it. So I'm sorry, but the sound quality is not going to be as good today because I don't have time to let it charge up before I film. So I'm going to try to talk loud, and I have the tripod a little closer to me today, so hopefully you can hear well. So today, you can obviously tell probably by the title and thumbnail, I'm going to be doing a long-awaited temperature blanket update. So, a short recap. I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can because I know there are many of you who have been following me along this journey of this temperature blanket since I began in January 2023. So I will try to keep this short, but for those of you who may have just found my channel or just haven't been watching long, then I do want to do a quick little update. So my temperature blanket is a moss stitch blanket. I'm using a 5.5mm hook. It is for last year, 2023, as I mentioned, and I am using Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn in the variegated colorways. So I chose to do mine a little bit different than the typical temperature blanket. And so I went with variegated yarn, and it is very, very colorful and very, very fun, but you can still see the transition, like the pattern, of temperature changes, if that makes sense. I am going to stand up and hold this up for you to see here in a minute, and I am going to, I think, lay it out on my bed for you to see kind of how big it is. And I'm up in my bedroom. I don't get the best natural light in here. Our house actually doesn't get a lot of natural light, period. So the colors aren't going to be as true to color as I wish they were. They look a lot more dulled out on camera. So when I'm done with this, I hope to do a video of me outside in the natural light where you can see it clearly. So, is there anything else I need to say? Yes. So I just completed August. That's obviously the main reason I'm filming this video. So I just completed August. I've been working on it for quite a while. My temperature blanket's one of those things that, you know, I really hoped to get it done last year. And I actually did a video about this. I will link it below. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with quitting one of your projects if you're not enjoying it anymore. So to anyone who's not finished their temperature blanket and has no plans to from any previous year, it's totally fine. But if you're the kind of person that got to the end of the year and thought, oh man, I really wanted to get this done, there's no point in doing it now. I'm here to say, yes, there is, because I'm right there with you. You know, would I've liked to get this done at the end of 2023? Of course. But did that happen? No. But am I still enjoying working on it? Yeah, I am, because in the end, it's still going to be a beautiful blanket that I can enjoy. And I enjoy seeing the colors play out. I'm really excited to see the finished project. So as long as I'm enjoying it, I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm definitely going to see it through to the end. So I just finished August. That's what I'm going to update you on today. I'm going to do monthly updates at this point, so you will get one for August, which is now, September, October, November, December. So a few more videos. I also, an awesome subscriber, she gave me the idea to do some live streams where I work on my temperature blankets, so I'm really contemplating doing that. I think I'm going to. I don't know if it's going to be like a bi-weekly thing or a monthly thing, but I would love to do that. I've never been live on my channel before. I just recently went live over on my friend Shannon from Shannon Talks Yarns channel, and that was the first time I've ever been live ever, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So I would love to start doing that on my channel. You know, it's just a fun way that we can talk in real time because we can chat, you know, you can chat to me and I can answer your questions, or we can talk back and forth that way. While I'm working on my blanket, you can work on a project, and it would just be a fun way for us to hang out. I'm thinking probably on like a Friday or Saturday night. would be a good time for this. So let me know what you think. I think that that would be a lot of fun. So anyway, August 2023, I live in Kentucky. I am doing the highs, the daily highs for my blanket. If you don't know what a temperature blanket is, it's basically where you crochet 1 row a day, and you have a chart where you decide what colors you want for which temperature ranges, and you choose whether you want to do the daily low, the daily high, or the average, and whatever it was that day, you crochet that row. So, August 2023, where I live in Kentucky, was extremely hot. I used 2 main colors this month. There was one other color I used one time, so I'm really not going to talk about that one very much. It was the Struggle is Teal. That was for here's my little cardboard temperature chart. It was for 71 to 80 degrees, and I think I only used that for 1 day. The majority of this month was Amber Honey, which was for my 81 to 90 degrees. I used that the most, and that is this color right here. So anywhere that you see the whitish color in the blanket, the oranges, there's some yellows and teals in there, that is from that. And then the next color was Royal Gorge, which is over 90 degrees. So we had like a full week, like a Monday through Friday of this temperature. So it was extremely hot here. And here's what this one looks like. So a lot of those reds and dark oranges. There are some like grays in there, if you can see that. There is a little bit of that cream color too. And so it's kind of interesting because that red that's in there is very vibrant. It's like a bright reddish orange, sometimes even just pure red now that I'm looking at it. And you know, all my other colors in this blanket, there is a lot of pinks and greens and blues and yellows. I'm finding that yellow is a very predominant color in this blanket. So the red really pops. So that's fun because, you know, obviously over 90 degrees, it should pop because that is hot. But here is what I have for August. So I'm not marking my months. I should be, because that would be very interesting, but because this is the moss stitch, the rows are very short. So I would say a month probably grows about this much. So this red strip here, all that, and then I believe we probably started, let me count out, 30. So you can see here, this whole section right here, this is all Amber Honey. This section here. And I really love how you have like a lot of yellow from the Amber Honey over here. You have it all mixed together here, and then you have like the orange and blue. It's really cool how it kind of made that pattern. And then you can see a lot of the Amber Honey through here, and then we have that Royal Gorge. We also have it down here, and I want to say this Royal Gorge down here, I believe, is from the beginning of August. So yeah, it's a chunk about this big. That's August for you right there. Here's a little bit of a close-up so you can see the colors a little better. They are coming off pretty true to color right now. And then here's a little recap. This here would be going down into July and June. Then we have probably around this area like May and April. So you see none of those, you know, obviously none of those reds and oranges and things like that. So there is the spring section. And then as we work our way towards the beginning of the year, we have a lot more of those greens. There's some purple popping through there. So I'm going to stand up so you can see the change in the colors. And you can tell where the different seasons are. So I'm really excited to finish this out and go through fall and winter of 2023 and see how it turns out. My kids just got home from the park and the dog's barking, so ignore that. But here is the blanket. Okay, so here's August, starting with August. So you can see, you know, this huge chunk here has a lot of that amber honey, those warmer temperatures in the 70s, 80s, 90s. And then as you go down, you see a lot more of that white color, and that is coming from, I believe the struggle is teal, and I can't think of the other one right now, but this is more of your springtime section. And then down here was our beginning of the year winter section. So here's a little close-up of that, and then I'll back up, and I'm not going to be talking because you can't hear me anyway, so you can see all of it. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite big. It is narrow, but it's really long. I don't love that, but it is for me and my family, so it's not that big of a deal that the dimensions aren't what I would want them to be. I will do a final measurement when I'm done with the blanket so that you can see exactly how wide and long it is. But now I'm going to put it on my bed. I'm going to get my camera off the tripod so you can see kind of what it looks like that way. Okay, so I'm just going to hold the tripod. I think that'll work better. So, August is starting this way, and then the beginning of the year will be at this side. And, I really like how it looks laid out. So here it is. It almost looks like one of those rugs. I'm not sure, like, the material of it, but we have one very similar that has like a bunch of different colors in it, almost like it's made of scraps of fabric. Let me know if you know the name of those type of rugs. Okay, so hopefully that worked out. I just held my tripod up, and hopefully you could see. Let me try to bring it a little closer. Hopefully you could see the colors really well. Okay. So, let me get situated. I'm definitely not a professional filmer. Okay, hopefully that's not crooked. Okay, not gonna worry about it anymore. So, I hope you enjoyed seeing the temperature blanket. It's been a lot of fun to work on. You know, I go through those stages where I work on it a lot, and then I kind of put it away for a little bit, but I'm definitely gonna finish it. Let me know if you'd be interested in those live streams. I think that would be motivating for me to work on it. And I just am really interested in getting to know you guys more and get to talk to you. So that's exciting. But I am going to read today. The Bible verse is Matthew 7:34. So just one verse today. I always say the verse I'm going to read today, and then I end up reading several. And then today I said verses, thinking it's going to be verses, and it's only one. So Matthew 7:34. Now, I recommend going back and starting at Matthew 7:25 and reading through 34 because it's really important to have context and not just take one verse out and, you know, build a whole theology around that one verse. But basically, I'll just do a summary. So here it's talking about how Jesus is saying to not be anxious about what we're going to eat, about our life, about our body, about what we put on, because we need to trust that God is going to take care of those things, and that being anxious about those things is not going to help us in any way. We need to trust God with those things because He feeds the birds, and He and it says they neither sow nor reap nor gather in barns, so they don't store up food for winter. They have to trust God for their food. It says to consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. You know, they neither toil nor spin. So, and it says, yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. So if God clothes the field, the grass of the field, which today is alive and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will He not much more clothe you? Oh, you have little faith. So, you know, that's a heart check for us. That should be convicting for us. And conviction is good because it makes us want to be more like Jesus. And You know, the Bible is living and active and sharper than any two-edged sword, and so it divides the soul from the flesh. It makes us see our sin. I know I'm very guilty of anxious thoughts, and so the verse, I ended up reading more, but that's okay. We could all use more of God's word. So the verse I was going to read is, "Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble." Like, wow. Like, I need that reminder every minute, you know, and it's so how many times are we anxious about something that's going to happen? And then it either doesn't happen that way or it's better than we thought, you know, and the thing is that when it's, and it also is, when it says sufficient for the day is its own trouble, how true is that? We live in a world that is not heaven. Okay, like we are not in eternity yet. This earth is fallen. It is sinful. It's a sinful world. It's you know, it's not always fun here. Every day usually has something that happens in it that is not the best. So let's just focus on that. Trust God in this day. And when we start to have those anxious thoughts about tomorrow or next year or next week, we need to bring it back and just thank God for the day. Thank you, God, for today. Help me get through today. I need that reminder every single day as my dog's barking again. So I guess I'm going to go on that note. It is a Friday afternoon, so my house is real busy and we're ready to go out and do things. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. It's been great to get to sit here and talk with you today. I'm only able to film like once a week at this point, or a couple times a week at most, and so when I get to do it, I really enjoy it. So I pray that God blesses you, and I'll see you super soon in the next one. Bye!